welcome and thank you for being here. I appreciate you joining me today. We're going to dive on in, take a look at the energy going on, get you some clarity and insight, wisdom, focus. And remember, this reading is timeless, collective. See what resonates, leave what doesn't. Remember that divine inner guidance is in you, and try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition. So your decisions are sound, based in love, and for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's dive on in. We're going to start with the energy oracle today and just kind of see what the foundation is. The foundational energy around you and where you need to direct and focus or refocus your energy. So let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Trace Consciousness, our higher selves, angels and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. What is the most prominent energy going on today to know about? Please and thank you. Most prominent energy today is that, somebody's going on a journey. There's movement. It's funny, before this reading, I actually saw a bridge. So it looks like you're on the in-between, or somebody's in between here. You're at the crossroads. The crossroads are illuminated. Even though you're in the dark, you have this like ethereal light moving with you. So even if you can't see, way ahead on that bridge, or what's on the other side, or even what you are leaving behind, it's focusing on the steps that you are on. You have this beautiful lantern of like bioluminescence. It looks like spiritual light. It looks like it's glowing. But you are taking some baggage with you, but it looks like it's just enough for you to carry. But I feel like maybe somebody is going to help you carry something. So maybe you're waiting for somebody to meet you halfway. This is about building a certain bridge or a partnership or reconnection in your life. Maybe that's where this particular crossroad has taken you. 2, because a 2 is usually a feminine energy. It's either a decision, but I see it as allowance. So maybe something is coming towards you. You've already started to kind of go on your own journey. Maybe this is an unexpected arrival that is coming in, or maybe this is something that I hear predestined. Maybe you pre-planned it. Maybe this is something you have an actual itinerary for. This could be a spiritual journey. This could also be a journey of the mind, something that you are learning about. It could be a physical journey. It could also be emotional. Let's see. Clarify the journey. Let's do the bridge. We got the bridge. Let's see what's on either side. So let's see what you're facing right now. What is the focus or crossroad direction all about? This side that's more illuminated than the other. Oh, maybe somebody is coming into your life. Or maybe you're focused on love. Maybe that is an emotional journey, or somebody here is heading towards the direction of their heart. Maybe they don't even know they're being led into a love situation. So you do have a masculine energy here, kind of sitting under the tree with their with their bed head going on, or their convertible hair all fluffed up for you, kind of like a purposeful mess, and they're holding that heart. So this is somebody waiting to offer that heart. Also, this is somebody who has their chest area, their heart chakra exposed. So this is somebody who is now being vulnerable, looking forward to a particular relationship, knowing that love is coming their way. Maybe this is the person meeting somebody else halfway. It's number 45. So maybe this is something that had an almost completion energy for this arrival to happen, or this bridge to occur. This could have been somebody sitting on the other side for a long time, contemplating something. Let's see. What's on the other side? So this is what's being illuminated right now. This is what the crossroads situation is all about. It's either about a masculine energy opening up his heart, willing to, again, to a specific person, or somebody coming in that is the catalyst or the one capable of doing the Superman and this person revealing how they feel. So let's see what is being left behind, or what's on the other side here. What's on the other side of the bridge right now? Please and thank you. The other side is the World. It's also somebody getting on the path. There's also somebody here beginning to walk along the dock that maybe takes you to the bridge. So maybe this is a bigger journey than just getting across the valley. The world is really big. This is somebody who's actually looking at the world of possibilities right in front of them. They can't really see too far ahead along that path, but they know that the possibilities are there. They know that the connections are out there. They know that there is something about, I hear something about a day. Maybe a day can change everything, or one cycle, 24 hours. It also looks like this person may or may not realize that what they think is a leap of faith, where they just have to dive in and let go, actually takes them to a secure bridge. Even though it might be a little wobbly, just, you know, really pay attention to each step that you take. So the World could also be something that helped spark this journey that has something to do with the internet, something to do with somebody you've connected to in the world, something to do with even a vacation, or something that inspires you that's out there that you always wanted to visit, but it always seems so far away until you book that ticket. Now it's not so far away. All you have to do is pack your bag, get to the airport, get to the boat, get to the train, and before you know it, however many hours have to go by, maybe it is somewhere really far, since I saw 24 hours. But maybe that's the whole journey. I just thought of jet lag. So maybe some of you are actually coming back from somewhere in the world and talking about the journey to a specific person here. For some of you, you might be traveling together. For some of you, you might meet somebody along this journey. The World is usually an ending, though. If you look at the tarot, and this person is leaving something behind, they're on the in-between, going towards, you know, this loving heart, or going on a journey because of a situation involving the heart, whether that's a specific person or just heading towards love, doing something they love. The World is generally a big ending, a big cycle that is complete. Getting ready for the Fool, for that leap of faith. But I kind of feel like this is pretty cool, because where you thought you might have to really dive in and take a risk on something, you actually get to that crossroads and you realize that you have this divine bridge, like it was built for you. It wasn't such a hard way across like you perhaps perceived in the past or projected before you got there. But you don't really find that out until you start to take steps in that forward direction. So that's pretty cool. Let's clarify all these. I'm doing the other side. You know, I'm changing the way I have my camera today, and I feel like you can't see the cards quite as well. But I'm just gonna go with it. So let's go to something different. Let's do the Crystals Angel, or Crystal Angels, and get a message, angel message, as well as a crystal gemstone, rock and mineral connection for you. So what is a message that correlates with 45, 2, and 29? The World journey and a man holding a heart. Please and thank you. You have Amber. Oh, amber is the color of her energy. Oh, what's that, 311? Maybe it's about information. I like that song. Amber. That's a really powerful stone because it has so many different things that you can find in amber. Give it to God. So if you don't know what's ahead on this journey, or who might be holding that heart, or you're ready to hold that heart, but you don't know who's coming or who you're going to give it to, or if the person you want to give it to will be receptive or not, this is just being in that beautiful divine trust. Whether you have to take a leap of faith or you are offered a bridge across, God is protecting you along this journey, helping you each step of the way with any obstacles that you may come across, helping you make a decision when you get to different crossroads. Just take a deep breath and exhale. So you're getting like, it's telling you to tap into prana, chi here, energy, the breath. And release this situation to God for healing and answers. So you are going to receive healing along this new journey. Maybe your heart will be healing a certain situation. But if you are looking for answers, you have to allow them to come in how they come in. They will be personal. They will make sense and be clear when it comes, but it might not be, what did I see here? What you perceived it to be. But you will have an inner knowing that that is the answer you were looking for. So it will come when it's ready. This is not a forceful approach to a situation. This is in total trust and allowance. Maybe amber is a really nice stone for some of you to wear. I feel like you can personalize it depending on the inclusions in it, or sometimes you find like bugs and stuff in amber. What else could be kind of trapped in that stone or forever? I just thought of pickled. Maybe you're in a pickle. Preserved. So beautiful. Let's continue and see what else would be helpful to know today. I feel like this animal deck is looking extra sparkly, as well as the universe, the mystery deck, and then the tarot. So let's start with an animal. Let's get you a spirit animal today. What is a spirit animal message that connects to the collective today that would be helpful and has a beautiful message and vibration? Please and thank you. Spirit animal most connected to the collective today. You have an ant. I love that you have an ant. So this is where maybe some of you were projecting something and kind of making a mountain out of a molehill, or not focused or recognizing how strong you are. I saw all of this like what you need to bring and thought that this girl needed some help, but maybe this is recognizing you can carry the weight of, even if it feels like the weight of the world, you have the strength to handle a very big task, or anything that maybe others wouldn't even handle, try, even want to go near as an obstacle. You see as a gift, you see as a blessing, you see as an opportunity, because you know you can handle something. You're gonna get guidance along the way. It's also your own individual journey, but there's something about the ant where you end up working together with others. Let's see. The ant. I hope this is not too hidden. No, yeah, it is. Oh, I have to find it. It goes from 3. I can see the picture of the ant, and then we jump to number 89. I'm not gonna make you watch me look through this book that fell apart. I'm gonna find it for you guys. All right, so the ant, I paused that at 1444. Learn to work with others. It's a symbol of unity, teamwork, and diligence. The ant instills in us an appreciation for working harmoniously together towards shared objectives. When we unite our efforts for common goals, we discover that the collective spirit can, you do have the world here. Maybe you're connecting to a lot of people in the world. Maybe you do something really special. It could be something online, but maybe it's even something that involves communities around the world, or yeah, I'm getting like specific destinations, but you are involved in the community, in the local environment there, but you travel. If not, it's maybe connections that you make online. We discover that the collective spirit can achieve wonders beyond individual capabilities. This is God providing you the right people along that path that support your dreams, that see a similar vision, and making a lot of changes that involve healing in the world. Maybe even for some of you, the capacity to, I don't know why I see even healing broken hearts. Maybe some of you do something that has to do with therapy, or teaching of something that helps empower people to work through difficult obstacles or situations in their life, but come out ahead and see something as a blessing, see something as a chance to grow, rather than something blocking, their progress and getting in their way. And if that is the case for some of you and you are a healer, it probably does mean that you went through some big situations and big, whether that's heartache or journeys in your life, ups and downs in your world as it changed, that were the lessons you needed to give you that personal, spiritual, deep connection and relatability with others. So you're not just talking, out of no experience. You're talking because which is pretty deep. I am seeing a lot of you as healing somehow, but I also see building. So maybe you're even building something or helping, I don't know why I just saw like, I hear outreach. Maybe it's even, I don't know. I see like world changes or maybe weird weather, something like that. Maybe some of you are able to go out and help rebuild homes or help bring water to communities, something like that. I just saw an earth ship. Maybe it is going to different, that's giving me goosies, going to different parts in the world and maybe helping build a school, education, something like that. That's really big. If that is you and you are doing that in the world, you are so special. I am so proud of you. Thank you for going out and doing that and making a difference, even if it's, in small neighborhoods, one family, one person. It doesn't matter. That makes a difference. That makes beautiful seeds of abundance and love in the world that create changes that circulate the world, even if you only think you're changing one person's life. Maybe that person is the one to change 10 people's life. And maybe those people go on to change 10,000 people. So really beautiful. All right, what did I say? Let's go higher. Higher than the world. Let's go to the universe. So what's a universe message that would be helpful? That was really quick. The journey. I feel like this came through recently, the same card. The journey wasn't the smoothest or the most pleasant lately, but everything is coming together. Your patience and your strength, perseverance will soon be rewarded. That's whatever I just said about seeds getting planted or the butterfly effect or something coming back around to help you right when you need it, right when you needed that guidance, right when you needed that support, that person appears, right when you needed that idea, you have a conversation, right when you needed like to open your heart, the right person comes in and connects to you. Right when you needed that ticket, there's an offer or something that points you in the right direction. It's up to you to take each step. Your patience, strength, and perseverance will soon be rewarded. The wait is almost over. Hold on. I just thought of the Sarah McLACHLAN song. Hold on to yourself. This is gonna hurt like hell. Hold on. You know that only time will tell what is in me that refuses to believe. This isn't easier than the real thing. My love, I know that you're my best friend. You know I'd do anything for you. My love, let nothing come between us. My love for you is strong and true. That's all I got. I did a little recite of Sarah for you. That's her music is just phenomenal. She is an amazing musician. All right, so I feel like we should do a tarot or two and then do the mystery. So let's clarify. I want to try to make these so you can see them. I feel like I got to do a little horseshoe or something. Where's the thing? You can kind of see it if I put it here. So we have the world, journey, man holding a heart. Can you see these? Yeah, amber, ant, maybe the letter A, and the journey. I feel like this should go here. All right, let's go to the tarot and just see what comes through and get a little clarity on this journey for you. I just thought of this man holding a heart. I just thought of Nirvana, heart-shaped box. That is a good song. I can't quite get the lyrics though. It will be in the playlist for you. If you feel like there's something in the lyrics of a Nirvana song, feel free to click below. If you also want to see or hear the whole playlist, I put them all in an actual playlist for you guys. So you can just click that link and they all come on. You can do them in, you know, order or random. Put them on when you go to work, on your earphones, when you're doing your dishes, when you're walking your dog. And see if there's extra messages for you today. All right, what would be helpful? What is the prominent focus that connects to that journey, this step, the bridge, right now? Please and thank you. Also the 29, that's a 2. So you have 922, 9223. I feel like that could be a phone number or house number. Every single time, like maybe 95% of the time, I use this particular deck. This king comes out for you guys. It's amazing. I'm actually curious of what the statistics actually are, because I feel like every time I pull this deck, the Prince of Discs likes to come on out in his sassy naked self for you guys. This is somebody solid, secure. This is definitely somebody that thinks about not just the immediate step on a journey, but they have the whole world in their hands here. They can foresee at least a little bit how there's a spherical approach to a situation. It's not just a flat surface this way, that way, side A, side B. This is somebody who is looking at the entire perspective, how something turns around, how something moves. It's also kind of translucent, so there's layers upon layers within the globe he's holding. It's a masculine energy. Also, it's interesting that I pulled the crystal cards today because, you know, he's connected to Earth, but there's all of these crystals with all of their different facets behind him. And I find it kind of interesting. It looks like thought bubbles here. Maybe these are all the different ideas he's kind of sitting on or backing him up that he can utilize on the journey. I would say if he's upside down here, it could be a situation coming through and bursting his bubble. You know, if he kept something a little too contained in a heart-shaped or square-shaped or round-shaped box. This is definitely having to see the multiple dimensions and layers of something. If this king is like this, he's definitely on Earth. He can definitely manifest. He is a hard worker, but his goals are very superficial. It could be goals that he sets that are, you know, looking way into the future, and he's focused on how far he or she has come from the past. But each of those signposts, each of those crossroads that they get to along the way never feel ultimately fulfilling, because there's too much plastic involved. There's too much of the 3D commercialized plane. There's too much involvement of wondering what everyone else is thinking, and that, you know, adjusting his thought process. When he is in his natural state here, you know, sensual, open-hearted, and hardworking, putting his hands in the dirt on the earth towards goals that are in the direction of his heart, that are connected to his higher self. You know, maybe he needs to take off that big helmet too. He's naked except for the helmet. So it could be that he's protecting his thoughts, but maybe he is also stopping his connection to source, his higher self. So maybe he needs to take off that helmet since he has everything else off already, and make that one last connection, tap into spirit and what this king can help manifest or really put his or her energy into on the earth can really make some ripple effects that create changes, not just in his life, but many other people's life. This is somebody who not just, you know, comes through with an offer, a coin. This is somebody offering almost like the world. This is not a flat little pentacle here. Here you go, here's a coin, offering you this. It's like, no, this king's coming through offering the world and ready to make earth waves, put energy into every day to make it happen. This is also somebody coming vulnerable, realistic, logical. Whoa, he's got a lot of energy too. And maybe it is even a Taurus energy, but it could also be a Virgo, a Capricorn. I feel like there's been a turn or a change or an upgrade or something like that, because his eyes are closed. So he is focused on what he feels. He only has a really light rope on that bowl. I mean, the bowl looks like it's snorting. The bowl looks like it is, you know, its muscles are sticking out. It's working really hard. It did say that you are going to have the right energies appear in your life that will be hardworking because of their similar value system in a certain goal. So maybe that's the energy that's coming through to help you along. Maybe that is someone just as strong as you. And maybe if someone isn't quite as strong, maybe this is the person that can coordinate something or conduct something. I am getting that there are different skill sets here that work together. You know, not everybody is out there in the garden. Sometimes it's the one that sits in the office and makes the plans. Sometimes it's the communicator. It's the one that can, you know, do the conversations and the phone calls and get everyone together, and they're the promoter. There's different personality traits. There's different natural gifts that people have, and not everybody's the same. But if this is working with others, this is probably working with people just as strong, but maybe not the same. And maybe that's how something comes together. If this is somebody that is coming into your life, or this is you, and you are now opening your heart ×2 here, knowing when to work really hard and when to take a little break-a-roo, when to put a lot of energy into something manifesting, and when to have a little, you know, romance in your life, you're probably bringing something back into balance. This could also be a Prince of Disc that is leaving an old world or an old way of thinking or an old cycle behind and foreseeing what is ahead. It's like he can almost touch it, but he has to get there. It could be this Prince of Discs that is on that bridge about to take a journey, heading towards that crossroads, knowing that there's something calling his heart, but maybe not have a complete handle or hold on it yet. Maybe that is to be found out along the way. Let's get clarity on the Prince of Discs, also the aka the King of Pentacles, or the King of Coins. Clarity on the Prince, please. What would be helpful to know? The Prince of Discs has absolutely gained spiritual clarity and spiritual insight and wisdom. He had to take a little pause-a-roo, maybe get off that chariot, sit under this love tree, hold his heart a little bit and see where it's pumping him towards. Because the Hangman is a pause. It's a 12. It's knowing what you need to sacrifice, what baggage needs to be let go of that is not really going to help him on a brand new journey and might be a little too heavy to hold across that wobbly bridge. But also what to give into God's hands, have trust, have faith, because there's new deep inner awareness that comes through. What to preserve and what to open up right away. This is somebody who's learned to gain stability by taking a purposeful pause. This is somebody who was boxed in, or possibly was trapped. Possibly it was, you know, in a position where they felt like they couldn't get away until they tapped into some spiritual light, till they saw something in a different way to release them from the daily grind or the matrix of 3D here. Wherever they felt they were boxed in, they recognized they actually weren't. It's just changing your beliefs. It's changing how you see something. And once suddenly you see a way out, once suddenly you see a different direction, or a way through, or a way to, you know, something that is revealed to you directly from God, you can't unsee it. You can't go backwards and stay in a little trapped box of the way you used to do something once you have that spiritual download after spiritual download after spiritual download and new vision come into your world. Everything will appear different in your world. Therefore, every decision you make, every step of that journey will also be different. So that's 12, which takes you to a 3, which is connecting to the ant here. So clarity on the Hanged Man. Clarify what this pause was about, what this person learned on that break. Who was that? They learned about patience. They learned about who was not there for their highest and greatest good. They learned about how going through anything that required a lot of a time also brought them towards the energy of victory. Because you have the 5 of Swords, the 7 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Wands. So this is somebody coming out victorious. This is someone who suddenly at those signposts recognizes that they feel really proud of that step of the journey, whereas before it was kind of an empty trophy. Because now it has a spiritual light. This is also where you recognize everyone that helped you get there along the way, because this usually comes after a battle. It's like the parade coming home. We won the big game. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And that might mean you had a lot of wins, but it might mean you had a lot of losses too. And that was the big win, you know, the big like playoff team that really counted. You didn't even care about the other games. It was that one you wanted to win. It was that one that you actually trained for. But there is some kind of training and win and loss and situations you had to go through that got you the strength to feel victorious in a situation. And this is having recognition, even though you might be on the higher ground, coming home on that big parade, being on the stage, you know, shining in the spotlight, whether it was people that you had to lose to or made it rough in that process, like really got your head spinning, really didn't play the game by the rules, even try to force you off your path, or be in the position where this was possibly people that were in your life that wanted to play the game, or they wanted to win, not even because it was their game or they cared, they just didn't want you to win. This is very selfish energy. This is mental manipulation. This is where people mess with your mind and make you question your path, question your purpose, suck you back down to the mundane artificial earth because their vibrations are a little off. You know, the Five of Swords is where there's never really a win. Here, it's recognizing it's a win-win because you get off of that horse, you know, you help clean up that parade after all the confetti was everywhere. You get out there with the broom and you commune with the people that were watching the game with you. I just keep seeing like a football game or something, but it's not the person that just rides in their glory home or stays on that high horse. Eventually that makes you saddle sore, and it makes you, what did I see before? Somebody being relatable. The real victory is in appreciation towards everybody that was there supporting you on that journey. No matter which side of the stadium they were on or which team they were rooting for. It's all an integral part of, you know, the beauty of coming together. But maybe it's about bringing people together that were generally on different teams. Generally, I see this person on nobody's team other than their own. You know, the Five of Swords is that one that stands there with the trophy, and you know what, in the end, generally nobody wants to be around them. Because once you have a spiritual light or you gain a spiritual perspective on energies that were in manipulation, pushing and pulling you, making you question, do you really want to go there? Is that who you really love? What if you fail on your journey? What if the world doesn't accept you? What about all that effort you put into that last goal you were going to go? You're just not going to do that now? You're going to take off your helmet, commune with God, and totally change your mind? It's like people that try to push and pull, but behind all of those questions are not somebody that's actually trying to help you achieve your goal. It's trying to get you off your path, and or somebody who wants something out of it, something out of you. They're trying to get that trophy somehow, maybe hopefully underhanded without you noticing that they were trying to, you know, mess with the way you were thinking. Unless it's like this, then it's, you know, if you suddenly have awareness of somebody like that, you say thank you, because now you have awareness of a person that, or a group that would try to kind of get you off of your divine path because they want to crawl around like weird low vibrational caterpillars and don't want to see you climb to the top or see you succeed because that somehow dims their light. And it helps you by going through any rough journey or rough cycles or weird groups or partnerships to recognize that, so you just don't get close to it in the future. You see it way before it can get you off your path. You can even have such spiritual insight that your reaction can kind of throw them for a loop, give them something to think about. But it's going to be done through this energy of love. Where's your love? And or your vibe is going to be so high, their shadows can't really even be around your energy. They're going to start to be really uncomfortable with the light that you now see everything on. Unless this is like this, then this is a pretty awesome situation, because upside down, that's the chess teacher. That's somebody that recognizes how smart you are. That's somebody that asked you all the right questions because they actually want you to question it, but they give you that space to come up with the answer on your own. They're not going to fill in the test scores for you. This is the one that's going to kind of point you in the right direction. They're going to give you that tough match, you know, that mental stimulation that opens your mind, that makes you question, that makes you unlearn, that makes you redirect what you were thinking about and dive into your own rabbit hole to get you to ask more questions. It's the person that helps you see the fool's gold and also offers you the beautiful nuggets of wisdom. It's up to you to use your discernment on which is which, to use it or to not, to open your mind or keep something in a box. But this is the other one that flew out. So this is just you holding on, having patience, and this is where the seeds you planted, whatever I saw before, even if you planted seeds in a certain environment and that never grew, your energy was still felt, your love was still felt, your truth and vibration and authenticity was still felt in the universe, you know, under the eye of God and beautiful vibrations, and it's still gifts that come back to you. Maybe not in the direct foundation you planted them in. Maybe you were meant to put some effort into something, leave something be, and go on a journey, and the gifts or the abundance or the blessings or the opportunities that are coming in along the way down that journey are what you were meant to be receiving. So it's recognizing your garden here. Whether you are sticking with the garden, you know, or you're choosing to take these seeds of abundance and plant them in fertile ground. Whatever you need to do and adjust, you're getting guidance along the way, you'll know. Maybe you're leaving a little behind, but taking, you know, a couple of seeds and being like Johnny Appleseed and planting them around the world and spreading that fruitful energy, you know, spreading that abundance and harvest. So even when you're not there, others can eat from those apple trees. You had to spend a little time, you had to dig the earth, you had to put your hands on in, plow those fields, stick around for a little while in case it was a dry spell, take that garden hose out there, make sure it was watered. But once something gets going, you have to be in that energy of allowance. You have to know which gardens you have to go out and pull the weeds for, so they don't get overgrown and it gets no sunlight. And then know when something just needs to have its natural growth. You might not see it coming out of the earth. It might just look like dirt. But that doesn't mean that there's not deep roots growing down under there that you can't see. And if you keep going out to that tree and it's the middle of winter and you take your wheelbarrow and you're expecting it to have apples, you have to have patience to wait till the harvest comes in the fall time or whenever the season that is proper is, unless you figure out. This king's pretty smart. He would figure out how to take the right seed to the right environment where it could be almost like an everlasting fruit. Something that is in the right environment where it's constantly growing and you actually need to pluck that fruit so another flower can go on there and another fruit can get plump and juicy and ready to pluck. So it's something consistent rather than maybe just seasonal. That was kind of cool. I don't know what that was. That might just be an energetic thing of something you can do if that's a business or something like that. Seven of Pentacles is also recognizing when something is ready to be ready to pluck it, and or maybe that fishing energy. Maybe it's teaching others, since you have others that are supposed to be helping you here, to know what to do if you had to go on the move and go on your own journey, you know, go out into the world of possibilities over here, but you left something very valuable behind. Not just the work you put into a certain environment, but you gave somebody like the energy of feeling grounded, the energy and awareness of how to bring abundance in your life, in their life, and taught somebody to, I'm getting just like feel good about what they're handling on their own. Rather than being reliant on anyone else. It's giving me a lot of security kind of energy. So I don't know what you're doing with this Johnny Appleseed fisherman going out in the world, helping the community, or, you know, teaching something that you leave beautiful blessings behind for others to like plant their own garden with. But I do feel like there's something about you continuing to move, or needing to make a very big move to change where your environment is, especially if your environment was the weird one over there that got no sunshine, nothing ever really grew, and anything was throwing you off course and blocking your spiritual light and making you cover up your heart or not seeing your vision. Your victory right now, that immediate milestone, is taking a step out of that situation, packing your luggage, and knowing even if you don't know what's ahead there, it's better than that. But it's also having gratitude for all that, because it made you super strong, carry how much more than your body weight along your journey. And that strength wouldn't have come if you didn't have the tough ass lesson. So thank you, weird people that were very selfish and threw you off your game, because that won't have happen again. And maybe you left something kind of beautiful behind. Because if you did have that beautiful light and they saw your growth and they saw you elevate, and they're still down there in their weird manipulating energy of getting their plastic trophy, then maybe they'll start to question what they're doing down there, why you've had so many changes, why you're in this energy of spiritual elevation. I don't know why I just saw this ant becoming a butterfly. Let's go to the mystery deck. Get a couple just final mystery messages for today. What would be helpful for the overall situation going on for the collective? Please and thank you. Well, if you're accommodating to someone and not recognizing that that's not the right vibe, or your vibe is changing, or you were taught that it's always about, that's kind of him upside down, you were taught it's always about what everyone else needs and not what your own heart is leading you towards. And that will make, if everyone else is happy, then it makes your life, you know, easy and breezy, and there's no rough waters or no storms. But you know what it does? It pins somebody down and makes them feel like they sacrificed their authentic truth and divine connection for the sake of everyone else, when everyone else isn't helping themselves if they're only looking for someone to accommodate them to feel better, to do it for them, you know, to validate who they are. This is accommodation over time leads to resentment, burnout. You know, you can try to make someone happy over and over and over and over, but if there's never a balance there, especially if that's someone that actually is never happy, somebody just gets to the end and they have nothing left to give. It deletes, or it depletes somebody's cup. It empties the plate. And then you don't even want to be there. You don't even want to be helpful. You get to that point where it's like, you know, your heart is hardened. I just thought of Harden My Heart by QUARTERFLASH. I'm gonna harden my heart. I'm gonna swallow my tears. I'm gonna turn, and that one. But it's, you end up resenting the thing that you maybe in the beginning loved. But it's where you get to the point where it's not even resentment, you almost just could care less. So why is that one coming out at the end? I mean, you do have the Five of Swords. What did I just say about filling up your own cup? Also, sometimes people need to be left alone so they learn to do that. And somebody doesn't have to constantly be there to fill it up for them. It's much more beneficial for everyone to be in the position where they feel powerful on their own, where they know they can do something on their own. But sometimes people have to learn that lesson on their own for them to figure out they could have done it the whole time, rather than being reliant and pushing on someone else to always do it for them. So this is somebody learning to fill up their own cup. This could also be somebody leaving somebody with an empty cup, so they figure out where they can fill it up, how they can fill it up, what it's like, that they could have done it the whole time themselves all along. Let's see. Fill up your own cup. Get your head out of the sand. You know, just because somebody is ignoring something here doesn't mean it's not happening around their butt. This may have been a situation where maybe there was just no sunlight, no growth. Somebody felt completely stuck and they didn't know where that spiritual light was, and their head was in the sand for a very long time. But eventually somebody's going to pull their head out of the sand and get to see the truth, especially with that Hanged Man. That's somebody who doesn't want to see something right in front of them. And that's probably what somebody is seeing very clearly here with that Hanged Man. It's like seeing the writing on the wall. It's like they put their own blindfold on, kind of knowing there was something there on the wall, but it was easier not to look at it than to read and comprehend and change because they know it's there. Because once they see that writing, once they see that truth, once they see the elephant in the room, you have to address it. Sometimes people don't like change. Sometimes people are told they can't change. Maybe somebody needed a little time with their head in their sand, the head upside down, because that could have been a blessing, that pause. Maybe not seeing all the chaos going around them could have been the blessing needed for somebody to figure out where they feel charged, where they feel plugged back in, where they feel fueled up to move towards, to put work into. And whom is a valued asset to work with them along the way, and not just having them work for them and they had nothing to gain. I hope that made sense. Let's get one more. Learned behavior. So even the people that are here just wanting the plastic trophy, that was a learned behavior. It was what they know. When that person is ready for that spiritual lesson, or divinely pushed, or a little friction happens for them to learn it. You know, sometimes this learned behavior is a big unlearning. Sometimes you learn new behaviors when you are in new situations. Sometimes a learned behavior isn't even noticed because you don't know anything other than what was taught. And sometimes it's okay to recognize that somebody is doing something out of habit because that's all they've ever known. Once you see something through a spiritual light, you don't judge that. You just have awareness of it. If there's a situation you can try to teach or lead by example, then you do it. But it's not up to you to make somebody learn their lesson if they're not ready to hear it, if they're not ready to see what's in front of them, and they're not ready to change their behavior and go in that internal journey, even if they have to put their head in the sand or take a big pause or do a sacrificing of something that they are used to go on a new journey. If they're not ready, they're not ready. It's time to ground that dream. For many of you, you've been holding it in your hands for a long time, or somebody has. Maybe it is a new dream. Maybe there was a lot of work put into something and it didn't really have the growth. Maybe this is a new dream. It's only kind of right there, but it's like a little, you know, model of what could be. You have to put a step-by-step energy and go on a journey for that to become. But first you have to take that seed and plant it in the right fertile ground. And then you have to do a step-by-step process along that journey, day by day, as something grows. And you learn along the way. And with this, I bid you adieu. I hope this reading was helpful. I feel like it was, there were a lot of kind of big lessons. I don't feel, just so you guys know, I don't feel like most of those big lessons are something you've recently learned. Maybe you've gone through in the past. I feel like you've already hit that spiritual light. I feel like for some of you, you're recognizing that this changed behavior or lessons learned or new way of seeing something, or, you know, getting their head a little more open and their heart in a certain direction. Somebody being on their own a little bit to recognize how strong they are, the right vibrations that, you know, work with them. I feel like that's maybe something you've been observing, or it's giving you clarity on. Perhaps you were the inspiration for that. But I feel like it's just giving you a little perspective because you have that give it to God. So for some of you, this maybe is giving you a little clarity on what's happening behind the scenes. You're just here on your own little journey. You're like, what is going on with all that energy? Whose situation is that? Who's on burnout? Who's listening to weird manipulation? Maybe that's not you. Or maybe some of you did see that, but somebody wasn't ready to see that truth writing on the wall that you saw right away. And everybody's at a different pace, different lesson, different part of their journey. And it's just having love and acceptance that everybody will find their way when they are ready. Everybody's lessons are different when we're down here in this, you know, difficult world of beautiful souls having a human experience. And with that, I bid you adieu. Thank you for joining me today. I love you so much. I hope you have a beautiful day, a beautiful night. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.